Comments like this are what I really want to see, man. This is an absolutely epic comment. Take a second to read through this. Pause the video if you want, if you need to, whatever, because it's going to go off the screen in just a second. Who are we to decide what common sense is, right? I see a lot of the stuff commented under some of my posts around health and safety and meetings and that sort of stuff. Oh, this is common sense, they say. Well, common sense, like say the word, it's in the word, right? It's common. So if we're bringing in people that are from areas that aren't used to farming, or for example, town people who have had a different profession before and want to come into farming, then that's not common for them to actually know what we know as people who are currently farmers or long-time farmers or have grown up on a farm. So therefore, it's actually not common sense for them. I feel like saying to someone that, oh, this is common sense, is instantly dismissive of them potentially having a learning opportunity or something that they want to work on. If you went along to your accountant for your business and you were asking them a really complex question, they're like, mate, this is common sense. How's that going to make you feel, right? You're going to feel pretty crap because someone's just shit on your maybe what may be perceived as a shortcoming, right? That's how I'll describe it, because I can't really think of any other word to describe it. Something that some attribute or thinking that you do not have, they're going to essentially make fun of you for. Yes, common sense should be common, and we should be applying sense in the things that we're doing on farm. And this is not a PC bloody thing. Like, I 100% think there's common sense. And in farming, there is common sense. Like us experienced farmers, I don't know if I'd call myself experienced yet, but people who've been around the game for a long time will have common sense. They have stock sense. They have weather sense. They have all these sort of things. But it's acquired through experience and learning and people teaching them new things, and not just saying to them every time they want to learn something, oh mate, this is common sense, you should know that. It's just a ridiculous notion, in my opinion. I'll tell you a story about Mikey, one of our staff members. I absolutely love Mikey to bits. Hell of a nice guy, really good worker, always punctual, willing to learn, all those things that you want in a great staff member. Now, Mikey, he hasn't come from a farming background, and in fact, he'd never really stepped foot on a farm until he came here. But we are slowly instilling in him, through learning and experience, this common sense, or what I would call farming sense, all these stock senses, weather sense, whatever, those things I've listed off. Now, if we didn't take the opportunity to teach Mikey, and every time he made a mistake, we just say, Mikey, use your common sense. How's he going to learn? We actually got to teach him and show him the way forward and how he can learn from these opportunities. And people have to have room to make mistakes as well. You can't bubble wrap around people and then expect them to learn. Likewise, you do have to have a bit of a safety net at the bottom, metaphorically or physically, for them when you know that they're potentially going to make a mistake. So I really do disagree when people say, oh, use your common sense, because I think common sense mostly comes into experience and learning things and knowing things, and that's just a bit of a silly notion to apply that logic as a blanket statement, in my opinion.